Well, a new bill just passed the state Senate in Mississippi that would ban public schools from teaching racism. In other words, from teaching that any one race is superior to or inferior to any other. Now, you'd think the other 4 United States would have similar laws on the book because, of course, you would never teach racial superiority in school. That's crazy, antithetical to everything the country stands for. So you'd think everyone in Mississippi would be thrilled by this. But no. Democrats in the State House were so angry they walked out to protest the legislation, which really does tell you everything about where we are right now. Meanwhile, in Denver, Colorado, an elementary school has announced a plan to, quote, engage kindergartner and first grade students in a BLM week of action. Right, BLM, of course, the group that's against the nuclear family. The week will include, quote, transgender affirming principles. The goal is, quote, the disruption of Western nuclear family dynamics. How can this continue? Why is the school still open? Good question. Horace Cooper is the co-chair of Project 21. He joins us tonight. Horace, thanks so much for coming on. First to the bill in Mississippi. Unless I'm misreading it, I think it was very straightforward. You're not allowed to teach that one race is better or worse than any other. That's kind of a foundational principle. I thought in America, all decent people believe that. I certainly do. Who could be against that?
Well, America came together with what is called the civil rights movement for precisely this principle, that all Americans are going to be equal and treated as such under the law the way that our founders actually intended with our Constitution. The irony to me is that my grandparents and your grandparents and the grandparents of a generation understood this concept, and now we get to us and suddenly there are people that actually want not Jim Crow 2.0, they want Jim Crow. Government is going to prefer some groups over other groups precisely because of their race. This is a terrible setback, and the very month that we set aside to celebrate Martin Luther King, we should really be saddened by this effort on the part of those legislators.
Yeah, because it just ends at Rwanda. Like, how's this going to, how's this going to wind up? What's the end stage? There's nothing good at all. I have to ask, if a school is teaching kindergarten and first graders the BLM principle that the nuclear family must be disbanded, why is the school still open? That's so poisonous, it's so evil, that why isn't there a concerted effort to shut the school down, like immediately?
Well, you know, this is remarkable what I've been witnessing. So many of the bedrock institutions of America are being literally challenged by actions of progressives. You can say that some on the right have been anti-public education, but there's been no poison like this. In the law, there's a term called chilling effect, when things are said or done that cause people not to feel comfortable acting in certain ways. Well, tonight I'm going to tell you there's a thrilling effect. When the government promises to investigate people who criticize CRT, when all of big tech sides with proponents of racial segregation, and then they disavow or shadow ban those who advocate equality. It's the thrilling effect that's in place now.
Telling children the nuclear family must be, that has to be a red line. You can't put up with that, and I hope that they won't. Horace Cooper, thank you.
Thank you.